Hey guys, wanted to bring you another video of today's press conference of the introduction of Jim Tomsula, and here's what my reaction was, and some of us when we were listening, well, pretty much having it on while we were trying to get some work done. God, that was a train wreck. That was about 65 minutes of the press conference. The PR, whoever's handling PR, the last two press conferences are a nightmare for Jet York and Trent Baalke. And Jim Tomsula, wow. It's like they didn't even run through the questions that was going to be potentially asked. And this preparation, if you can't prepare for something this little and focus on getting the task done, how are you going to get your head coaching position done? How are you going to coach a group of men to respect you in that way? You got and what I said yesterday on my previous video, we've had a lot of interesting debates, and this is going to be another one. I mentioned it will be interesting how many assistant coaches or coordinators will stick around for this, because all of them were under contract except Jim Harbaugh was the one that was fired and let go. And everybody was let go according to reports except three coaches. Tom Rathman, Jip Kreis, the quarterback coach, and Chris Forreste. He's the former offensive line coach, which he's going apparently, I guess they're going to keep in the same position. And right now, Trevor is supposedly coming from Oakland that might be running the defense. But the thing is, he runs a 4-3, and the Niners like a 3-4. So the thing is, that's going to be something interesting. It sounds like they're going to redo the team quite a bit on coaching staff. And Vic Fangio, I mean, obviously you could see they were just sticking it to Jim Harbaugh. They let Fangio go. And the thing is, he could have probably had maybe other jobs or something. And the other interesting thing is, I don't know, maybe Vic Fangio, I thought he should be considered for other head coaching jobs out there too. But here's one thing, and I'm going to give you an analogy. Jim Tomsula, if you think about it, was not courtship by anybody else out there for all those job vacancies for a head coaching job. Not even a defensive coordinator or any coordinating position. That should throw you a red flag. This reminds you of Mike Singletary in that sense, jumping into a head coaching position where they're not ready in that sense. Usually you gotta work your way up, and this, because he's been in that lower type of coaching position, you would think he needs to work his way up. He's been with the organization since 2007, doing the same position. If you would, I mean, obviously it sounds like they saw him in one way, but now they finally, oh my gosh, let's give him the team and let's have him run the team. But I don't see how it's possible that you're saying this guy is supposed to be the next Bill Walsh. Are you nuts? Obviously the best second head coach for the Niners of all time is Jim Harbaugh, and you're going to have to live up and do anything better. Now here's the thing, and I'm going to throw out the challenge, and I know I am, because Mike Singletary, this smells Mike Singletary all over again, and I've already declared it's going to be a 4-12 next season. Now, to back it up, what I'm going to say, and I know he's not going to do anything close to 8-8, because from what I've read and what some of us been talking about out here, is that people are seeing this from the outside, and it's like shaking their head, and you just ran Jim Harbaugh out of this state, pretty much. And it's like, wow, pretty much you promoted this guy. You're saying you did extensive search. All these guys that interviewed for this position, you're saying those guys were not qualified. That had coordinating positions. Even some of them had head coaching positions. So you're saying this guy, Jim Tomsula, is more qualified than all these guys that had more success and more, at least, background in what they did. Why would any of these guys from the outside want to come? Like, they're saying Adam Gass would come as the offensive coordinator. Why would he do that? Kyle Shanahan, why would he want to come when you just passed over his dad? There's a lot. I mean, you're gonna be lucky if you get a decent staff together. Okay, that's the problem now. This is like, looking from the outside, it's cancer for this team. Your career is going. I mean, this is like almost the Raiders situation, how bad they were. Now at least Jack Del Rio, that shows some promise, and they're playing, maybe going to put a good staff together. This is not going to be pretty for the Niners. And as long as Jed York owns this team, and there's already a form and people, even people that I've talked to, clients and customers, that said, I am not going to support the Niners on buying merchandise. I'm already stuck with the PCL, so they're not going to want to spend any more to support the York family. So hopefully these guys that we've talked to are serious, but we'll see how this is going to turn out, because if you're going to have either situation, these guys are going to look smart or they're going to look really dumb. But nobody courtship Jim Tomsula, and nobody wanted him as a head coach or any other position. That's a big red flag. And either Trent Baalke and Jed York is going to look smart, or they're going to look like the dumbest people ever to be in football, and they're not going. Trent Baalke is never going to get another GM job, and Jed York should be protest and sell that team if he's going to run it down to the course of nothing, obviously. So hopefully with this press conference, he talked about some lady named Joan in payroll. Watch the press conference. You're going to shake your head. You're going to be like, what is he talking about? There's nothing related to football. Jed York didn't want to talk about Fangio or anybody else in the Harbaugh. So yeah, obviously this press conference was nothing. We didn't learn much, except Jim Tomsula is not probably the right guy and show more evidence today. Go ahead and like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel to get more NFL related stuff. Bye.